And do you believe in God?
I don't know what that God is.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure it's about to go up. Roll my blunt and pass my lighter. Lit pop shit, get higher. I'm the hottest, call me fire. Rock out, jump up, live my life up.
Why do people think she's a Hollywood witch? And what's the deal with her infamous connections with the elite? There's a segment of the population that genuinely believes she's involved in Hollywood sacrifices. This belief is fueled by her eerie persona. She has a sinister influence over the industry. Whether you see her as a Hollywood witch or a brilliant businesswoman, there's no denying that Michelle Lamy is a fascinating character.
Family, what's the word? We're back. Thanks for being here. I want to discuss this woman. This is like my second or third video with some stuff about her, but they ask her some key questions in these segments that we're going to check out. As you've seen in the beginning, she says she doesn't know who or what that God is. Yeah, so what does that tell you? Now, I'm curious to know why she believes in what she believes. I'm curious to know where she inherited that belief system, and I want to know how it was influenced. But most of all, the money question. Why is this woman and her husband like a rite of passage for a lot of these hood dudes or melanated entertainers? What do they provide for these people? Anyway, let's get to the content.
Hey, fashion enthusiasts and conspiracy lovers! Have you ever wondered what really goes on behind the scenes of the fashion world's most mysterious figures? Well, today we're diving deep into the life of Michelle Lamy, the eccentric wife of fashion designer Rick Owens. At 80 years old, Michelle is finally spilling the tea on what we've all suspected for years. From disturbing accessories to dark Hollywood sacrifices, stay tuned as we uncover the truth about this mysterious fashion icon. But that's not all. Why do people think she's a Hollywood witch? And what's the deal with her infamous connections with the elite?
All right, so this lady's 80 years old. I'm not sure how old her husband is, but she's 80. We don't see any other 80-year-olds so entrenched in the hip hop fashion culture, the rap culture, the YN culture. A lot of the times when we see this woman and she's on runways or whatever, like events, stuff like that, we see the Cardis around her. We see the Rihannas, the A$AP Rockies, the people like that. Even the Migos were around her. When the Migos got around her, that's when I knew the Migos entered another level and I was out of there. But it's easy to probably assume that this woman's a witch because of what she wears, how she presents herself, the markings and ink on her body, the stained fingers. Yeah, let alone her belief system and what she just said at the beginning of the video.
Born in the 1940s, Michelle Lamy is a figure covered in mystery. There are all kinds of wild stories about her. Some say she's Moroccan or Algerian, a gypsy raised by wolves in the Ardennes, a vampire, or even an arms dealer. But the truth, Michelle Lamy is a Parisian who studied law, worked as a cabaret stripper, and is the driving force behind Rick Owens' brand. Despite these facts, the conspiracy theories have only grown over the years. One of the most persistent rumors is that Michelle is a high priestess, a witch involved in dark Hollywood rituals. This theory gained traction due to her unique appearance and mysterious aura. Her fingers stained black, her golden teeth, and the black line she draws on her forehead every morning add to her mysterious persona. People believe these are signs of her occult practices. And honestly, it's easy to see why the rumors have persisted.
If you really check out a lot of their symbolism in their clothing or how they put together their models and certain symbols and things like that, you'll get why people think she's a high priestess or something of that nature. You'll understand it. What they call art is a really, and this is just my opinion, what they call art is a really dark form of something that's really unknown to a lot of the general public. And that's what makes me intrigued about this woman. Now, we know in that industry, you're not gonna amass a certain amount of power if you don't practice certain things. And I think these people are masters at their craft. I'll leave it at that.
Now, let's add some spice to the mix. Have you ever noticed how the most mysterious figures always have the most outlandish stories about them? Michelle's life is no different. There's even talk that she controls a lot of what's going on in Hollywood from behind the scenes. Some folks are convinced that she has a sinister influence over the industry, which only adds to the allure and mystery surrounding her. Let's talk about one of the most disturbing moments in fashion history. Picture this: Paris Fashion Week, February 28, 2020. Michelle Lamy sits front row at her husband Rick Owens' show, cradling a replica of his head as a handbag. Yes, you heard that right, a handbag shaped like her husband's head. The fashion world was shocked, to say the least. This bizarre accessory not only turned heads, pun intended, but also sparked intense debate. Some praised her for her audacity and unique style, while others found it downright creepy and morbid. Imagine sitting next to someone with a human head purse. It's the stuff of nightmares. Many saw it as a symbol of her control over her husband and a disturbing display of power. And it wasn't just a fashion statement. She actually used it to hold her phone, money, and cigarettes. Talk about making a statement. But why was it so disturbing? Well, for starters, it blurred the lines between art and reality in a way that made people uncomfortable. It wasn't just an edgy fashion piece, it felt personal, almost too personal. It brought up questions about identity, possession, and the boundaries of love and control. The fact that Michelle carried this head around like a normal accessory added a layer of surrealism that left many feeling uneasy.
Now, I knew about like change purses or little wallets that look like eyes, and even a personal friend, Lil Yachty. He has one that looks so realistic, and it's like probably the size of the palm of his hand, but it's the part of a face where it's like the eye socket, lashes, the eyelids, the pupils, everything is on point, super realistic. But to have a person's whole head as a fashion accessory, it makes a bold statement, but it also makes a bold statement about how zany one could be, or creative, whichever one you want to call it. Now in his next clip, the commentator is going to get into the darker side. Yeah, I feel like everything's dark around this woman though, I really do. But she's going to get into the darker side. And I just can't, I don't know y'all. It's just something about this woman and this man that really makes me think a lot of these younger artists gotta use them as a rite of passage. I wonder what type of activities they do together. What could you possibly have in common with this woman? Leave it in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. But anyway, let's continue.
Now onto the darker side of Michelle Lamy's reputation. There's a segment of the population that genuinely believes she's involved in Hollywood sacrifices. This belief is fueled by her eerie persona and her connections with the elite. Some claim she has a sinister influence in Hollywood, controlling certain aspects of the industry from behind the scenes. But why do people believe this? It all circles back to her appearance and the way she presents herself. The blackened fingers, the occult-like symbols she wears, and her close ties with powerful figures in fashion and entertainment all feed into these suspicions. While there's no concrete evidence to support these claims, they persist, adding to her mystique. It's also worth noting that the fashion world thrives on drama and intrigue. The more mysterious and controversial a figure is, the more attention they garner. Michelle Lamy fits this mold perfectly. Her unconventional lifestyle and close ties to the upper echelons of fashion and entertainment make her an ideal candidate for these kinds of rumors. So, is Michelle Lamy a Hollywood witch? While it's easy to get get caught up in the rumors, the reality is likely far less dramatic. Michelle has always embraced a unique style that borders on the gothic and mysterious, which naturally lends itself to such speculation. Her distinct look and unconventional lifestyle have made her an easy target for these kinds of theories. However, let's not forget her immense influence and success in the fashion world. Michelle Lamy is a muse, a businesswoman, and an artist in her own right. She co-founded the Rick Owens brand and has been a pivotal force in its success. Her collaborations and contributions to the brand are significant and deserve recognition beyond the gossip and rumors.
Now, the clothing that this couple wears, it's their own. They created it. And her husband is Rick Owens. I'm talking about from Detroit to Atlanta, California. These hood rappers wear these weird clothings, or weird items. The shoes. Come on, man. I remember Erykah Badu got on stage and she got a award from Summer Walker. And that outfit that Erykah Badu wore was something that could possibly have came from these people. With just the way it looks, how obnoxious, how attention attracting it was. Is there a better word or term for that? But yeah, y'all get what I'm saying.
Michelle Lamy's connections with the elite are well documented. She's often seen rubbing shoulders with some of the most influential figures in fashion and entertainment. Celebrities like Gwendolyn Christie, Tiana Taylor, and Usher have all been photographed with her. Her presence at high-profile events and her role as a muse to Rick Owens place her in a unique position within the elite circle. These connections have only fueled the conspiracies, as people wonder what kind of influence she wields. Is she merely a fashion icon, or does she hold more power than we realize? It's questions like these that keep the rumors alive and well. But let's not forget the positive side of these connections. Michelle has used her influence to support and uplift other artists and designers. She has a knack for recognizing talent and has helped many young creatives find their footing in the fashion industry. Her collaborations are often groundbreaking, pushing the boundaries of what fashion can be. Despite all the gossip, it's important to recognize Michelle Lamy's significant contributions to the fashion industry. She is a visionary, and her work has left an indelible mark on the world of fashion.
We're gonna end it right there. We're definitely gonna end it right there. And I'm gonna try to make this the last piece. Excuse me. We're gonna end it right there, and I'm gonna try to make this the last piece that I do about this lady. It's, I don't even know how to word it when I speak about her so it doesn't get taken wrong. But I'm just intrigued. I'm intrigued because it goes back to stuff like how Lil Baby was in the reverse Oreo with those people at the billionaire party. But if his homeboys in the hood would have done that, we might not have a Lil Baby right now. He might be in jail, or one of his homeboys. Because the thing is, the people in this culture accept things from people that aren't really in the culture. They'll accept things from them before they accept it from people within the culture. Just what I'm saying, y'all, is this. If the homeboys were this weird and they didn't have the connections and this and that, these people wouldn't mess with them. But here it is, this woman has a weird aesthetic, weird belief system, weird practices, and these guys flock to her. What does that tell you about power and the industry? That is very dark. Very dark. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Leave recommendations in the comments section, and $Trap House Kitchen 1. I want to thank all of you for being here. I'm out. Peace.